Thanatos solo take 3. My first 2 games have been a surrender. We'll see if this third one is a surrender. But welcome back to a brand new play-by-play video. We're playing some Thanatos solo. Aspect, of course. This is generally the build I'd recommend at level 1 on all iterations of Thanatos, all matchups, all that stuff. We're going to be starting wave level 1. That's what I recommend. You can look for a proxy start, but it's a little bit cheesy. Kind of don't want to do that. I think it ruins the standard play call of the game, and it's not always replicable, so we're not going to do it. But we hold our ability level 1. If we see the lane opponent, we can just auto-sight them, and if we don't, we're going to 3. If it comes to the fact that we see the lane opponent, like right there, and I don't know, maybe he's like just clearing the wave with us, but we don't have like an early trade, I'm just typically going to get my 3, group the wave, out clear him, and then fight him. And because that's looking like what's happening, that's exactly what we're going to do. He might start as blue. I didn't see his build, so that'll obviously determine a little bit how we play, but we'll figure it out as we get there. He is starting as blue, no problem with that. Probably has a Sunder Bumba start. Maybe doesn't, but I guess we'll find out. We're going to go to our blue and just do it. Normally speaking, I don't recommend doing this. I recommend just doing smalls, but Thanatos' blue clear is so strong that you're kind of okay to do it. He's kind of a weird character in that regard. And it looks like Hercules definitely did not have Sunder and Bumbas because he is not level 2, so that's really bad for him. Again, you never start blue unless you are able to just like clear the camp super fast, which probably won't be the case unless you have Bumbas. Starting wave is the move to go almost always. Assuming that's not the case. So we are ahead in XP. He actually did a red-blue start together, but he's still not 2, so I don't really know exactly what happened. It's definitely interesting, but not very good. So that's a thing. He is level 2 now, though, so let's give him a little bit of respect. The red buff does make him, obviously, a little bit more threatening. Does actually have Sunder yet. Definitely just did a weird start. I tried to hit him with the 3 there, but it was a bit off the mark. Grouping the wave there would have been huge, but we still have cleave autos. We'll be okay. We're going to auto-attack him here, scythe them here. Another point in the scythe, because that's what we're looking for. We're going to auto, blink into the auto. That's just going to be a really smooth kill. Easy pickings. He's going to lose these 2 minions. Nothing too crazy, but again, when you hit that level spike first, you're gaining health right there. If you can face, like, shotgun shove a scythe into someone, you're probably just going to kill them. I recommend maxing the 1 on this character, even in solo lane with the aspect. I just think the damage potential is super high. You can max the 3 if you're not super confident with the scythes, but in my opinion, if you're not maxing the scythe first because you're like not confident to hit it, this probably isn't the god for you. He's a little bit volatile, but his highs are extremely high, his lows can be very low, but that's just what you factored on the character. And I just had the craziest select spike ever. We're good though, I think. But yeah, that's generally what I recommend. If you feel confident in your scythes and stuff, he's a fantastic pick. If you don't, probably just better stuff to play for you specifically. But hey, give it a shot. I mean, I think this character is very good right now. So kind of surprising we haven't had a video on him just yet, but it's probably because we take so many damn takes trying to get it. People just keep surrendering. It's been really brutal. We've been winning, so that's at least good. He's on his harpies and stuff. I'm not going to worry about it. As the wave walks up, I want there to be some level of wave tension, and what I mean by that is I don't want to just like shove the wave, because when he walks up, I can own him, right? And we're ahead, so we want to own him. We're just going to hide in this bush and wait for him to walk up. Alrighty, he's walked up. We have done the first step, so now he's going to get kind of caught up on this. We're just going to stand behind him. He'll dash forward, and so much of his damage potential is just automatically gone, so we can continue to wail away at him. Get another auto attack here to make sure he stays in the execute range, and it's just a simple ult because he has no dash. Right, we get away from the dash, make sure we force him to do it while auto attacking him, or just keep him in a bad spot, and the moment he ends up using that movement, we're going to auto him. We want to do one more auto after he's into the red execute threshold a lot of the time if we can, because if he HP 5s out of it, just healings out of it with potions or something, or he has his 3 pop off and he lives, that's gonna be a little sad, right? Weaken said to start blue in his video. Weaken's a jungler. Now, look, you can start blue if your jungler's starting blue with you at level 1. You can also start blue if you have Bumbas, but if you don't have those things, do not start blue. He's misinforming the public. How could he? That's so sad. Now, if you have Sunder and you have very good clear, I guess you can do it, but again, that is so character to character. I really wouldn't recommend it. And again, a lot of these trades, guys, are going to be quick trades. We get autos in, we get Sunder in, juke the dash, and he's just dead again. He's going to at least clear the wave for his sake, so that's good. But those fights are just not going to work out. 3 kills already. Really stomping this lane. A pause vote coming out from the folks. Just go AFK. I need them to not surrender, man. Please. It's okay. We won't pause. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We got plenty of time, though. We're going to be able to get these backs for free, go back to lane, and this is now just like a very, very simple plug-and-play, back camp to back camp kind of rotation, you know, gameplay and game plan, excuse me, and that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to have a pause vote. I don't know how to edit, so this is going to sit here, but if you have any questions and stuff like that, feel free to ask. Look, yeah, I mean, I don't need all the flashy stuff, like, as I'm never going to have, like, some, like, light pink, like, neon, you know, outline to a face cam or something like that. Like, that's way too much. But when I say professionalism in terms of like upgrading my like channel and stuff, I more so mean, you know, a little intro where it's just like a blurry screen, logo pop, game starts, something super similar like that. You know what I mean? Nothing like crazy complicated. What is happening? Why can I move? What? Okay, that was really weird. What the hell is that? I'm so confused. Okay, maybe I just unpaused and griefed my mid laner, but I don't know. Alrighty. My mid laner's not here. He'll come back. I'm not really worried about it. We can win this game 4v5, to be honest. Worst comes to worst. But, like, I was literally walking there. I think something broke. Yeah, he's back anyways. It's fine. Smite does a lot of damage, so we're feeling pretty good. 404 on his dome. Looks like he's rushing some type of damage. A lot of Hercules players will do this, thinking they can just, like, push a lead. But when you're behind rushing damage, it is very grim, to put it lightly. I think going Phoenix Glad on Herc is just the move. We just auto one, and he's dead before I even ult. So we're doing that because we get to immune the dash with our ultimate right there, assuming he dashes us or dashes out. Either way, we're going to get hit, so immune. But he just got popped. Alrighty, folks. Tekko Kagi is what the Herc rush, so not the move. Not the move. But yeah, that's what I mean. I'm never going to be like some super... I think, guys, like when you see these streamers with these LED highlight setups and all this crap, like it's a little invasive, I think, to what they're actually doing. And I get it. Growing a personal brand, try to make yourself a little bit more relatable. But, like, I don't find that relatable at all. You know, I'll have it, like, you know, you just want to make your product better, but you don't have to be, like, the generic privileged streamer setup. That's all. So, yeah. What's up, Spectre? If I answer questions a little bit less in the chat, guys, by the way, again, it's because I am doing, like, a recording. But, you know, feel free. If you have, like, game-relevant questions, ask that. And if you have non-game relevant questions, I'll answer it after this game. So, no worries. But yeah, anyways, we're just going to kind of continue doing this camp cycling rotation. A lot of people wonder, like, what happens if Loki ganks me? At this point in time, nothing. We just live. We're going to shove left wave. Oh, notice there's a fight in mid. We're going to get Stampede here because that's a great item. Fizz defense on it. Really good. TP out mid if there's no fight here. We're going to go to left mids. And just, like, sprint it down at these people. If there's no fight, we just go back to left, no problem. But there should be something here we can force. We have Blink, right? So we have a lot of flexibility with looking for something. Agni has no idea. Age is forced. I missed. Oh dear. That's really bad. I mean, I'm fine, but yikes. I suck. Hit the scythe. We're good. Alright, worked out okay. Yeah, I mean that... Oh, jeez. Herc ult down. I'm still alive. We're fine. If I just don't miss the scythe, like, it's really safe and easy. And we killed Umoja as well, but we killed Loki, we killed Agni. It's still good. A little dodgy. I also didn't get my silence off before Agni Dash, which is just a horrible play. I'm supposed to silence him out of the dash or before the dash. We ended up having to force there harder than we wanted to. The play did work, but it should have been better. It should have been a lot cleaner. That's just a mechanical issue on my end. But that's what Stampede, does afford you. The movement speed, the health, the protections. When you're playing a character like Thanatos, you're so risky inherently that when you're able to build defense on him with this aspect and whatnot, in the solo lane, it eliminates a lot of that risk. We're allowed to miss an ability and tower dive and still survive. That's not typical of Thanatos, right? Still means you have to hit your stuff majorly to be effective, but you gain a lot of flexibility and just like versatility, and there's not as much earnest to hit every single scythe, which makes him easier eventually. But the laning phase is still very risky, and yeah, if you miss the scythes in the laning phase, you're screwed. I mean, this character's always, though, been like, you hit the scythe you own, you miss the scythe, you probably get cooked. So keep in mind that that's still somewhat the case, but when you have defense, it's just like a little bit easier to live. That doesn't mean it's easier to be useful, because again, if you're missing abilities, you're not doing anything. So it's just slightly different. Definitely a good pick, though, like I said. Just, is it worth it for you? And it doesn't have to be. I'm going to rotate mid here. We have a pretty easy wraparound execute here play. I'm going to actually... Oh, I meant to hit the big one. I'm going to actually do a red buff invade here first. A lot of the time when you're rotating or looking for kills or something, the play is you're doing it for a buff. So if we can just get the buff and not even have to do anything, pretty damn happy with that, right? And we just win this, by the way, and it's not close. I'm going to go in the air right now. And we just execute him simply. Good pluck by the Sobek and stuff, but... Again, it's not even close. Scythe, get some poke on him. I'm going to go get these rocks over here on Fire Giant. Gives us permanent strength and intelligence. Intelligence not relevant on this character specifically, but the strength is always nice. That's 4 strength right there. That's probably like 170 gold worth of strength right there. So you see that and you're like, hey, that's pretty damn good. Maybe a little bit lower. We'll say 160. When is a good time to start proxying? It's a great question. So in Smite 2 previously, there was a lot of proxying in my videos and everybody's videos all the time. Right now, with all of these camps, it's less prevalent than it used to be because you have more things keeping you to the relative bounds of the lane. It is still pretty spread, as you see these harpies aren't like in the middle point of the lane. But you have more incentive to kind of stay around. I look at it like this. If you want to rotate over to a Pyromancer, to a Gold Fury or something, and you want to just like get the jump on the proxy, go for it. I look at, generally speaking, proxying and just playing farm first as like just part of the game, and you don't necessarily force it. But when you feel like it's relatively safe to do so, and more importantly, you feel like you can't really gain a big advantage out of fighting the other guy, you play for the farm. So you go harpies to harpies, or you invade their harpies and you proxy. It's just kind of up to you. If you feel like it's way too much of a hassle to go all the way back to your harpies and you're okay to trade out, go get their harpies, proxy the wave, maybe look at the red buff, blue buff. You just want to kind of like proxy with the intention of doing something, whether it's backing early so your wave shoves and you can rotate over, to mid or something without using a teleport, or head over to a Gold Fury, something like that. It just kind of depends how much you want to rotate, and how important to you that feels. We're totally fine here, so I'm just gonna walk. I did not need to blink there, by the way. That was a good play by him. I don't know why I blinked. That was silly. I thought for some reason... Yeah, okay. Instincts were right. I thought I was gonna get low-key ulted, like, right there in the tower, which would have been really bad. We're gonna go pick up these rocks again. They're up every 90 seconds. But our team is on gold right there, so we're weak side, and we're pushed up. Now, it's fine, because we're up 4.5 levels. But if I'm getting low-key ulted in tower there, I am just dead. So let's just immune, get ourselves out of there with the blink, and then ult when they start to show. So just kind of a really simple way. You're allowed to play pretty aggressive on a character like this because you just have so much safety with your ultimate and stuff, especially once you build a lead. Alrighty, so Void Shield's our next course of action here. We have 20 CDR with this Screeching Gargoyle. We're going to go into a Oathsworn Spear after this to get more effectively flat pen. And then for our final item, we could go Stone of Binding. We could go some kind of item that gives a little bit more cooldown. 20 cooldown rate is a little low on a solo laner, so if you want to get more, feel free, but our ultimate cooldown's not super long, right? So we're able to, kind of be okay. It's up to you. If you want to get more cooldown than the 20 cooldown rate, fine, but in going Void Shield and going Oathsworn Spear and in going Binding, like, you do just have a lot of flat pen and stuff on top of your 2, so you're able to kind of just like hit people for a lot of damage, and that feels pretty good. So again, your choice if you want to go Binding or cooldown for your last item. It's really fine either way. I just wanted to give you guys the thought process and the trade-offs behind them. He's just very easily dead. We gain movement speed walking towards people when they have the mark on them, and that's just when they're in execute thresholds. So if you're ever wondering why that's the case, there you go. We're going to get his blue buff. I'm losing a wave here. I don't care. We have so much of a lead that you're allowed to sacrifice a little bit of farm here and there to make plays on the map. I'm going to get this next wave and then just kind of chill out. Let him be. Again, I'm okay with him farming some. We've built so much of a lead that we're totally fine. He's looking for a fight on us. I mean, we're fine. You typically only do this if you have a gank coming. He doesn't have a gank coming, though. We were just like kind of checking right there. Again, we want to auto him a couple of times to make sure he's in range. Immune the dash, and he is just dead super simply. So when you walk around and you posture around like that on Herc, you're playing for a dash. We want to make sure we auto him enough that he can't HP 5 or heal out with potions. And then we just get a super secure execute. Go for these back camp invades. I'm not really worried about doing the tower. I'm thinking the waves I proxy and stuff will kind of do that job for me eventually. I'm not, again, in a huge rush to do it. Get to it when I do. Like right now, I can kind of start hitting it if I want, but we'll get the stuff first. Can you please explain what do I do if the... Hold up 1 second. Let's not die to a tower. If the enemy one-taps my wave by proxying one ability and goes straight for my blue, so I'm assuming you're starting wave at that point. What you want to do is you want to like play up and bush. If they get a proxy start off on you at level 1, quite frankly, you're going to be behind. There's really nothing you can do about it. The best thing you can do is ward and try to cover and check it. But that obviously causes complications, because if you're starting at level 1, like anticipating a proxy and it doesn't happen, well then you kind of just like killed your own tempo for no reason. It's a really gimmicky, cheesy start, and quite frankly, it's bad for the game. And I think the fact that Final K is like making a video encouraging it rather than saying this is garbage and terrible for the game is pretty irresponsible, to put it lightly, but it is what it is. First, you have to identify the character that they have, because not every character can do it too well. The soul laners that are going to typically do it are cleave characters, so Bellona, Thanatos, Kurnanos with melee aspect. There's other gods that can do it relatively well, but those gods definitely do it the best. So that's going to give you a pretty good likelihood on whether or not the god will do it. So try to identify that first. Assuming you know they're going to do it, you can either try to kill them at level 1 just by like covering that spot and matching them and saying, look, if they don't do it and I lose a little bit of tempo in lane, it's better than them doing that. That's definitely a fair... What the hell just happened there? Huh. Oh, I pressed Stampede instead of Blink. That's what happened there. I was very confused. Good anti-heal, pop. We got him, folks. So that's a play you could do. We just play for the execute. We get another Scythe off here. Just put off the mark, no problem. And that's like a very like common, simple, easy play if you have the level 1 kill pressure. So let's say it's a Bellona proxying, or looking to proxy level 1, and you're playing a god like Hercules. Well, you can't necessarily kill her, but you can definitely stop her from doing it, right? Just by pushing her away, autoing her. She's not going to be able to tank you in the wave if you're hitting her before she even begins, right? But if you're playing a character like Hades or something, quite frankly, you might be a little bit screwed on that regard. The best play you can do if you're not able to counter for whatever reason, and you don't want to play like passive level 1 just to cover for the imaginary thing, and you're worried it might not happen, you just waste your time, is you just play as far as you can ahead in the bush in the mid wave, and either you counter proxy yourself if you expect it, which you can do depending on your character, or you just shove the wave as hard as you can. You're going to lose your blue buff, it is what it is. You're going to steal smalls off their blue, come back to wave, and you'll probably be a little bit behind. You're only stealing the smalls off their blue, so you shove wave, you do their blue smalls, you come back to wave, and you try to get their back harpies. Again, you will be behind, but that's the most you're going to be able to mitigate it from that start if that situation ends up happening. So it sucks, but that's the best you can do. We win this fight easily. I'm just going to auto Scythe Blink. Oh, I missed the last auto. He's still dead. My bad, though. Didn't have to ult him. Too bad. We're going to run left here and just kind of get on this guy. Ymir did it. So, look, depending on the character you're playing, you should be able to just kind of kill him, right? Like, he's just kind of a cone. I know, like, obviously the guy does a lot of damage, but he's so slow. So, it really should be fine. The thing is you don't want to, like, go back and try to follow him. It's not going to work. So you just have to shove the wave, go to the mini blues. Again, you're going to be a little bit behind, but the idea is eventually be able to, like, outscale or just, you know, take a good fight even a little bit down, and you'll hopefully, like, make it work. Again, it's not an easy spot by any means. He Aegis it, dude. RIP. Stampede, Thanatos 2. We're running, boys. Picked up the thing. We're going to turn around and look for a Scythe. I can't believe we lived. Awesome. Dude, by the way, I hit the on her with my Scythe. He just Aegised it, man. That's so sad. I don't know if you guys heard it. It's pretty quiet, but I hit the Scythe. He just Aegised. So if I hit the Scythe, or if he didn't Aegis, I just kill him, and we're golden, but worked out either way. No worries. Get Oathsworn Spear here. We're going to walk back. Obviously, we want to get our starter as well right after Fire Giant, which we will. I can just sit in base because this one is confirmed. And we know that because we have so much space, so... Well, it should be confirmed. I don't know. I mean, I can't get there in time anyways. Good job. And then last item here, again, Binding or CDR, depending on what you value personally. Me, I think I like Binding because I love the idea of flat pen here, protection reduction here, power here on top of my pen on my passive. It's going to make me hit these tanks very hard, and I just like the play that gives me because it allows me to, you know, actually be relevant into the tanks as well as the backliners. I'm basically doing true damage to backliners and hitting these tanks pretty effectively, so I think it's really good. But again, if you want to go CDR because you want to be a little bit more utility with your ultimates and stuff like that a little bit more frequently, totally fine to do. Alright, we can kind of hover and begin to play up. Obviously, Herc's here. He's going to look for a 2. I'm fine. Whoever I can hit is really my target. I just don't want to overextend too far in chase. So, like, even something like this, we just kind of get a 3 off, posture in. Don't want to get dashed on. I'm going to go into the air now. They're kind of going on me, but our team is just getting a Gold Fury. So we're just sort of making space, right? And we're happy with that. We're going to just stun this Herc. Got a silence off here. Insta-kill this on her because we are freaking fast with Stampede in our 2. And this guy is just... absolutely doomed. Koja's gonna seal it. What a heartbreaker. Emoja's gone though. And really simple, easy fight. Yeah, frames definitely still drop a bit on this game. I am streaming and recording and playing, and my PC's not the best, so like those are 3 factors. Eventually, guys, like with the stream and stuff, I'll probably get a new PC, but you're gonna have to work with me on that. I have a 1660 graphics card, so it's not the best. It's not terrible, but obviously would be better to have something a little bit better with all this stuff, but no worries, we'll get there. And right Phoenix down, and I think we just kind of march on the base here. This guy's a little tilted. I think he's just sitting in base, but he couldn't hold it anyways, so I'm not like super surprised. I think we just end off this. Maybe not, they're all kind of up actually, so we're not going to end just yet. We can just push mid. Make a little bit of a safer play. Koja's looking for a pull. I don't think he's got one. That's no problem. I'm going to look for a slight wraparound here. Let's see how much damage we are able to do. Okay, we missed. All good. I'm fine here. We covered enough clearance that we're never going to get pulled back. Medusa, Nuwa going mid. We're kind of just playing bully here. And zoning a little bit away. And our team is eventually just going to get mid. And we're going to just kind of walk in. 3. Get our 1 off. Go for the ultimate. He's going to jump. We wait for his jump. And he's gone. And if he doesn't jump, then it kills him. So we just cover that spot every time. Alright, mid Phoenix secured. And it should finally end with an end. Guys, we finally got a Thanatos video on take number 3. Who would have thought? 1660's diabolical? Nah, it's not that bad. Why do you have the ASMR tag on your stream? It's just a joke. It's just a joke with my friends. That's all. It's ironic, I hope. Anyways, though, we got the win. We're going to guess the player damage was about, I don't know, 22k, 24 and a half. Pretty solid game, 1204. Flawless Thanatos execution. I think we're like Diamond 1 now or something. I'm not Diamond 3 anymore for sure, so that's pretty cool. And we'll just keep at it. We'll be deity by next week at some point. And this is coming out Saturday night, so make sure to check out the Twitch stream for the finals tomorrow, Sunday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time start time. I'll start streaming probably about 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys on the YouTube side of things for watching. That will be the video. See you later.